Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. I'm Pete, the Games Master, and in a minute the guys will introduce themselves and who they're playing, and I will randomly determine one of them to give us a bit of a recap of what happened last time. But before we do, this is our Planescape live stream. Are you trying to point at Ben, Kevin? You have to point the other way. This is our Planescape live stream. We're playing D&D 5th edition, but with the 2nd edition Planescape Cosmology and Cosmos. If you want to see our early episode, you can get over to Garblag Games on YouTube, and you can see the part 1 of the awesome adventures of Bardbarian and Dwarlock, which is our unofficial name of this show now. So that's cool. Thank you for joining us. Guys, I've got you live as well. Adliger Krieger says hello. Hello, Adliger Krieger, one of our long-time viewers from over the last couple of years. So thank you for joining us. And yes, we are going to be getting on with the 2nd episode. But before we do, please don't forget to go check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We also have a growing Discord. Lots of people on there chatting about lots of things to do with role-playing, from maps to adventures to games mastering, all kinds of things. We also have a Patreon, which our lovely patrons have furnished us with new things. So we have just got all of the spell card packs for 5th edition, including the additional Xanthar's Guide to Everything, and nice, for me, monster cards, which I may get to crack out today.
They're only challenge 1 to 5. We can take those, guys.
Yeah, throw like 5 or 6 challenge 5 at us at once. It'll be fine.
Sounds good to me. What else have we got? We've got the podcast on Podbean, Garblag Games, funnily enough. And obviously we've got the YouTube channel. If you're joining us on Twitch, please go and check out our YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, we've also started showing this on Twitch as well, in case you like Twitch and you want to go and check that out. So, cool. I think what we should do is, Kevin, if you want to start us off and tell us about yourself and your character.
Yeah, all right. So I'm Kevin. I'm playing Jotun Ifran, who is a dwarf warlock, of all things. Coming from the plane of Eastguard and trying to leave desperately on the way out.
Which is our unofficial name of this show now. Sorry, carry on. I got a bit of weird sound coming in through my.
Yeah, it's Kevin's voice.
No. I've got
just what I sound like. Pete.
I've got the stream up on my second screen, and it was coming in through my earphones. You couldn't hear it, but I could, and I was suddenly very distracted. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, carry on, Ben.
Yeah, I'm playing Volker Skald, Bardbarian, so a little bit of Bard, a little bit of Barbarian. More powerful than both.
And what are you wearing?
I am wearing my best Viking furs because cool. Pete said, hey, let's do a game, and I hadn't had a chance to heat up the conservatory, so it's cold out here.
Yeah, we had a bit of an impromptu opportunity that we seized to do a little bit of this. So we'll probably be on here for an hour or two at most, and we'll carry on our previous adventure. Now, I just need to get my dice out. Get your dice out. And I've got them nicely positioned up here. Right, there's a d20. Oh,
Roll20 does it for you.
What am I doing?
Just tell it.
I'm going insane. Here we go.
Let's roll d20.
I'm going to roll. No, I'm going to roll d6. And if it's odd, it's Kevin, because his character is just
his
odd.
Character is odd.
And if it's even, then it's Ben.
It's
Ben.
even.
Hooray! That's better for everyone. We've never
Cool.
heard my recaps before,
Ben,
but they are epic.
If you want to give us a recap, and then I can just get I can get a few bits sorted here as well, because we've had 10 minutes to prep for this.
So we were between adventures, hanging out in a bar, just chilling, watching what's going on. Sorry, we were in the bar and watching what was going on, and there was axe throwing, and there was drinking and smelling bad in Isgard, which is plain. Hang on, I'm using Kevin's accent. Right, where's mine gone?
No, that was you.
So we were in Isgard, and here it is. I found it.
Aha.
It's in the bottom of my drink.
It's in the bottom of my drink. When we were invited by a lovely young lady whose name slips my mind at the minute.
Thorhilda.
That's the one, Thorhilda, to go and find a magic horn and find out about it, and either come back and tell her or go to Sigil and tell them. And we're going to ignore those instructions because we're two wild and crazy people, and probably go and try and catch the horn and then see what we can do. But in the minute we have traveled to the Gates of the Moon, where we spoke to a lovely Lilend who was called Meta. I remember her.
Mm-hmm.
And then we climb up the steps.
Yeah, you went via
to
Velenborg, the little port town, didn't you? And with Cronin the Furbolg.
We did. Cronin the Furbolg, who's a lovely chap. He liked the horses.
Yeah.
And one day we're going to meet him in the Beastlands and do drinking.
Or something. He was non-specific as to what we would do, but he kept alluding to it. Going to be an interesting experience.
He said it would be good, yes.
He said interesting. I think he's going to try and fuck you. Possibly gently. We don't know.
Or it could just be mushrooms.
Oh, well, hopefully.
Could be. Very much.
So then we climbed the stair and we got to the landing we were looking for, and there was a big grumpy Minotaur who said, "What do you want?"
That is very true.
I really wanted to headbutt him in the nuts, but as soon as we were actually out of character, I was reminded this is the guy we're supposed to be meeting. Probably not the best introduction.
Yeah, headbutting a Minotaur in the nuts isn't the cleverest move on the best of days.
Yeah,
No,
especially not at level
it's
3.
not. Yes, I mean, you've only just begun your adventuring career, really, haven't you? Even though you're level 3. So, one thing I would just like to bring up before we continue, Kevin, you just showed your little mug there.
Yeah.
Which is for Flint and Steel, our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay show that's over on the YouTube channel. I was reminded as well, because Adliger Krieger said, "There'll always be Gunter and Siegbert to me," which is nuts. Hi Egil as well, thank you for joining us. But we are filming the finale of Season 2 of Flint and Steel this week on Thursday. I was busy prepping some mappage earlier on, and that will be episode 13 of Season 2. So I'm looking forward to that. Lucky for
some.
Yes. Well, 13 is our number here in this household. We got together on the 13th, we got married on the 13th, my son was born on the 13th. So
wow.
Yeah. So, right. So, first things first. We had a little image to put up. So, this is a very nice image of the Infinite Staircase. So,
just not for that dude who's falling off.
Not for that dude who's falling off. No. So, you, as you said, made your way to Gates of the Moon and spoke to Lilend, named Meta. And you were allowed passage up onto the Infinite Staircase and given some instruction as to how to reach the Planeswalkers Guild. And you set off on your journey up these staircases, and you started to feel that, if you were on your own, you would be in serious trouble, because as that chap on the image shows you, you don't really want to be falling off. Gravity does a weird thing in the Infinite Staircase. You can see that there are platforms that are perpendicular to the ones that you think are on your plane, and it sort of gets a bit, as I said last time, a bit Labyrinth, David Bowie, but a bit not as dense, so a bit more spread out. And there's a strange void all around, and you can rarely see more than sort of 100, 200 feet in front of you. It's a strange dimension to be in, and you are very aware of the otherworldliness of it. Jotun, you are reminded of some of your previous experiences. It's a similar kind of experience. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of, there is this otherworldliness, this sort of grey.
You were fleshy tentacles.
Not quite, but you think they might be out there somewhere. You're not sure. And as you can see, it's kind of literally staircases going up into infinity and beyond, and out in different directions. And as you go, you can see that the staircases and the platforms indicate some idea of the nature of the place that you'll be ending up in. So they may be overgrown if you're going to the Beastlands. They may start to be very clear and angular and geometric if it's going to Mechanus. You know, there may be horrible people torturing things in and around a flesh-covered platform for like castle and things like that. So it is, needless to say, a very interesting place. And you have made your way past some choices and decisions that you've been guided by the document that Meta gave you, and found your way up to a very, very big platform.
Ignoring the blue pillars.
You ignored the blue pillars on the way. Yes, you each saw something a little bit different about these pillars that sort of drew you to them. But luckily, you were not alone. You do see the odd occasional other traveller walking the staircase. So most of the time on different staircases that you can kind of see off into the distance. You can't see what they connect to or from, but you can see every now and then a portion of stairs and some people walking. Occasionally they wave at you, occasionally they shout at you. Some of them look frustrated, some of them look on a wonderful journey. You know, there's a whole mixture of these kinds of emotions that you see on people's faces. This place, you can imagine this place could be quite frustrating if you didn't know your way in and out. Luckily, you've been guided to a particular location. And indeed, there is a Minotaur waiting at the top of a staircase. So you literally kind of crest the top of the staircase and you can see around you various kind of tents. It all looks fairly temporary, but like it's been there a while. So it's kind of got this aged appearance. And you can hear in the distance sort of people singing and drinking, it sounds like. I mean, you've just been to a big drinking hall a few days ago, so you kind of, you know what that sounds like. You can smell ale and drinks. You can see people moving about, but there is a guard standing at the top of the staircase, and there is a large Minotaur, and he has a great axe upon his back and sort of chainmail draped across his body, and he looks down at you because he's probably about 8 foot tall, and I'll tell you what, not that we're about to initiate a fight, but just so I've got the right information to hand. Looks down at you. Who comes here? Don't go a step further.
Good day or evening, whichever it is. I'm Volker Scout. This is my friend Jotun. We have been sent here.
I don't know that the time of day is really relevant here.
It's
not like it has a sun.
Well, you know, I say good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night, even.
Or the existence field.
Yeah, well, maybe they have their own like time schedule or something.
The Minotaur points at the dwarf and says, "I like that one."
Yeah, I mean, I wish you the best, General. You seem nice. I'm gonna let him talk because he knows a bit about.
He seems to be a bit confused by you. You were sent here.
Yes, you're a Planeswalkers Guild, yes?
Well, of course.
Well,
I don't think he is a guild.
Well, not on his own, but
No,
he's part of.
Yeah.
The guild.
He's big enough to be a guild. Look, that big strong guy. He'd be fine.
It'd be
Do you have
guild.
anything denoting who
Oh, he's got paperwork.
Yes, I have papers.
That's the... Yes.
Here you go.
Yeah. Wait here. And he turns around and sort of walks away a few steps towards the tent, which is kind of fairly close to the top of the staircase. As you're standing there, you're very aware you're on this kind of... I mean, it's fairly wide. It's probably about 10 feet wide, but there is nothing either side of this. Literally nothing. And nothing beneath this platform which the guild is sitting upon.
Excuse me.
So it is quite a confusing experience for your senses. Your inner ear is kind of having a bit of a field day. And after a while, you can hear a bit of from inside the tent, and a bit of muffled conversation. And then after a while, you see a tiefling come out. He's kind of thin, almost gaunt, yellowing skin, and sort of very small horns curled back, and a tail coming out from fairly rugged-looking clothing, mostly browns. Looks like his boots have trodden many a dusty trail and muddy path. Has no weapons on him as he comes out, but he kind of saunters up to you with a kind of casual ease that tells you that he's clearly one who knows his way around a weapon. He's clearly some sort of warrior. You can see he's got scars on his arms as he gets closer, and his kind of tunic doesn't cover his forearms. And he comes over and he goes, "So, you're here? The Taker sent you, did they?"
Aye, that's right.
Right. Well, who? This is annoying. This is annoying. We are actually in a bit of a situation today. We have sent a few people out to investigate a new staircase appeared nearby, which means that someone's got darn creative somewhere out on those plains to draw the staircase to it, and we're always edgy when one appears so close to the guild. We sent some of our people out there, and the person you're after, Serene, she is among the party that has been sent out there. So you may have to wait, or he looks across over there. They went over that way. I think it was up. First left, up, second right, and there was another new staircase.
Is there anyone around who is more certain of this, or are we just gonna wander the stairs and hope? You think it was, or you were sure it was?
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Gralvus, she will know for sure. She's a bit of a sage, bit of a wizard. She has the eye.
You understand? I'm not trying to give you a hard time. It's just this place is infinite, and I don't want to go wandering, not knowing where we're going.
Where can we find this Gralvus, and we can ask her?
I will take you to her. She is not far from here. She's a little bit strange. I've always find it very interesting talking with her. So I'd just bear that in mind if I were you.
This sounds like a job for Jotun.
I mean, I don't know necessarily that getting two weirdos in the same room always makes a productive time, but I'm willing to give it a go.
I'm glad somebody is.
I like you.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought.
Okay, so it leads you across this large platform and between these tents, and you can see lots of people moving about. Lots of different races and creatures, ones that you would think not normally come together in such a place. You see a range of sort of the standard boring races, so you've got like some elves there, some orcs, some hobgoblins, various things like that. And then a little bit beyond, you see some people with wings, you see someone who looks a bit demonic, that kind of stretch is going on there. It seems that all kinds have joined the Planeswalkers Guild or come to talk to them in this place. That the Planeswalkers Guild are seen as a bit of a source of information in this area, and generally they are a group who have done lots of adventuring, lots of scouting of all the ways between the planes. So they're good people to come to if you want to kind of learn some things. So people often make their way onto the Infinite Staircase just to come and talk to the Planeswalkers Guild. So it's it's quite a remote, interesting pilgrimage to make. Most people here want to be here. You don't sort of blunder in here. So after sort of walking through a few tents, you can see that there's some people cooking food. There's some singing and dancing going on by another tent. It all seems to be fairly makeshift, almost as if they could wrap the whole thing up quite quickly and move on. But the way it's sort of set up, you can see that they've been here for so long that some of these tents are becoming almost like permanent structures, and even the spikes and the cords and the ropes used to fasten them to the ground are seeming to almost sort of blend into that ground now. So you are led to a small tent. It is.
Sorry, Pete. I was going to say. So, you know the rituals that I had before.
Yep.
One of them I was going to find familiar. Could I have done that on the boat at some point?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Just because. So just to let you know, it's a sugar glider. So the little small flying squirrel looking guys, but it's kind of they're kind of quite dark with like lighter color on them. Mm-hmm. But my beard is like salt and pepper beard. He's actually in my beard. He's basically not visible.
Okay.
Unless he wakes up and looks out.
Okay, what's it called?
Little black eyes in the middle of the beard.
Yeah.
But that might be relevant at some point later on. I start feeding my beard or send him off to do something.
What is your familiar called?
That's a good question.
Come up with that later.
I will.
Sugar glider.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Okay.
Just in case it becomes relevant and I go, can I send my familiar out?
Yeah, you can. But what familiar?
I've been thinking about it. I forgot.
I didn't tell you. Yeah. Cool.
Order of the Stick, season 5.
I don't know that.
You've only got a familiar when it's convenient.
Oh yeah.
They made a big deal out of how he never had a familiar unless he remembered he needed one.
Well, it's like lots of things, isn't it? It's like bits of equipment you don't remember. I've got a 10-foot pole. Cool. Okay, so you get to this tent, which is kind of short and wide, and there is a heady smell coming from within.
I told you, it sounds just like Jotun. He's short, he's wide, there's a strange smell.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
And the tiefling says to you, he just kind of gestures at this tent, like, here, I apologise for any offence she may cause you, but she will know better than anyone what Serene and the others were doing. Oh, Ben's getting hot now, you see.
Yeah.
It's like
starting to warm up.
It's cold in the
conservatory.
Oh,
it's warmed up.
Just stay there, no more.
Yeah, no, that's enough.
And this tent has got kind of flaps, and it looks like it's kind of slightly darker inside. There's this kind of ethereal glow around you. Inside you can tell there's like lamplight or flame light, but it's low.
So what's the protocol for going into a tent? Is it clapping outside or like banging on the tent pole or what? Shouting hello.
I think banging on the tent pole is probably. You can see there's various charms and sort of wind chimes and tinkly things sort of dotted around the outside of this tent. So it looks like if you touched any part of it, it would probably jangle anyway.
What was the name of the crazy dude? Or
Gralvus.
The woman. Crazy woman.
Hail, Gralvus!
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what's she look like?
Are you going in? She's just shouting back at you.
She's just shouting.
She's just shouting back at you.
May we enter your tent?
Do you have any food with you? Or perhaps any alcohol?
Oh, I've got food. Do you have meat?
Where is it from? Where is it from?
It's from Isard.
Oh, well.
I think I probably have some mead. Yes, I have a little flask of mead.
Come on in then, come on in. Funny enough, we haven't had many Asgardians come through. Well, maybe they just don't want to come to my tent. I'm not sure. But I haven't seen an Asgardian in a few weeks. So, is it weeks? I never know.
We were just talking with your Minotaur about this. Is it day? Is it night? Do you say good day? Do you say good evening?
Does time pass?
You're still having this conversation outside through the tent. She's like, "Come in."
Okay, we'll go in.
Yeah, this is getting a bit awkward.
Okay, so the tiefling is kind of like walking away. Like, I'm not getting involved.
Goodbye, friend.
And you sort of part the.
I never thought the tiefling would be less chatty than the Minotaur. Does that seem strange to you?
Not really. I never know how to act around tieflings. Am I supposed to like shake their hand?
Look at the horns. Do you not look at the horns? Who knows?
Well, you know, Aasimar tiefling.
Oh, she says as you come in. Divine touched, are we?
Yeah.
Small amount, yes.
Oh, him. No, I'm just good looking.
I do love a dwarf with a big beard. Sit down, come on in. As you go in, it's a round circular area, and you can see behind where she's sitting, there's kind of like bedding and stuff where she kind of sleeps. In front of her, there is a large bowl over a fire, and she's kind of sort of cooking something that smells absolutely disgusting. And you think it might be slightly herbal in some nature, and there are various flasks and pots and things that look like they're empty, sort of strewn wine bottles and that kind of thing, sort of dotted around. There's various cushions in a broader circle, sort of that touches the front entranceway. So obviously she's used to people coming in to see her, and there is a to one side there is an albino halfling sitting in sort of strange chains. One big chain around his neck, a loincloth, and is just kind of sitting in the corner looking at you.
Hello.
Come in. Sit down. Let me have a good look at you. It's a bit dark in here. The most of the light is coming from the fire under her pot, but there's the odd sort of candle or small glowy thing sort of in the air. Let me have a look at you. You are a dwarf, aren't you?
Me? Yes. Last time I checked. Yes.
Of course it's you.
Well, I don't know.
Well, your friend is having to bend double just to keep his head. His
Well,
hair
they
so
call me giant,
nice.
so you know.
They call it. Anyway.
I like her.
Why are you here? Sit down. Do you want some food?
You can explain better than
Fish
me.
out a little thing of mead.
Mm.
Just a little sort of travel flask. Please.
Lovely. Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now,
Is she making to just keep a whole?
She's just taken the whole thing. She just like popped it in her pocket.
Yeah, that's surprise thing. That's one of my giving away ones.
That's why it's so small.
We told you know lots of things, and we are looking for a person, and your tiefling friend is not exactly sure where they might be. We've got to choose either sit around and wait or go and find Serene. Do you know Serene?
Yeah. Yes. Serene.
Good.
She's a great explorer.
I'm gonna look where she seemed to be looking, like to see if there's anything on the roof.
There seems to be like a line of thread in the tent, like it's been stitched up where someone's maybe cut it or something. And she's kind of drawn her eye up on the ceiling. She's a great explorer. She's one of our best. She heads out and about all the time. Rarely here. She has been back for a little bit though. I had a chat with her just the other day. Was it the day?
Well,
was it the night?
We've been sent to talk to her ourselves and
Do you
to
know
ask
where?
her.
Sorry, Volker.
No. You're.
No. Please. You are the talker of the group.
I am the talker. It's true. And we've been sent by.
You're the talker, and he's the looker.
I mean,
right.
I am a bit divine. I take out just a small dagger and start trimming my nail. But like with tongue sticking out like face of God.
She pulls out another knife with a little curved end and throws it to you. That one will work better. I use it for my toes.
This is a bunion knife, no?
Yes.
I still got some. Hang on.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Please continue. I'm listening.
Tall one.
Yes.
Carry on talking.
Yes, so Serene, we're told you know how we can find this lady. We need to talk to her about some stuff. Torhilda, the Fated, We've been sent to go and find stuff, and Serene is the one who knows where stuff is. So we got to find Serene to find stuff.
She's recently been exploring the astral plane. I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I believe she was part of she was joined some Githyanki on an exploration to Githzerai to fight some Githyanki. I think.
Wow. Yeah, don't confuse it.
Don't get them mixed up, especially
not where
to
they
their
can
faces.
hear you.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yes.
Never
Not good. Not good. Very well. Yes, Serene is a ranger of great skill, and this is interesting. She is quite hairy, but bugbears are, I suppose.
No, she's bugbear.
I mean, sometimes you could start with. Is she quite hairy for a bugbear, or you're saying relative to?
For a bugbear, definitely.
Oh, that's a little.
But that's what that makes her very attractive.
They like a hirsute.
Indeed. As do I. Why do you think I was talking to her?
I think
she fetches up a bowl and starts spooning this stuff into the bowls for you. And as she scoops it in, you think it looked like a little ear slipped from the spoon into the bowl, but it's gone in the kind of weird broth. And she just kind of offers it across to Jotun. You must be hungry.
Yeah, but sniff.
It's rank. It's absolutely rank.
That's good, yeah.
But as you smell it, there's a strange element to it that makes you feel less confused, less worried, less, it seems to clear your mind. Maybe because it's so foul that it's like, whoa. And she looks at Volker.
I'm going to eat some.
She's, okay. Make a DC 5 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It's my thingy's name, by the way.
That's your creature's name. How do I pronounce that? Ulfe.
Ulfe, yeah.
Cool.
It's monster with some things left out of it. What am I? Constitution. Blah 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 blah. Why can't I find you? Oh, there you are. +2. Apologies, I forgot where my sheet was. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're okay. You.
Oh, you said DC5.
Yeah, DC5. It's just so you don't like
chewing on some cartilage.
So you didn't spit it back in the bowl, really, more than anything. And you kind of slurp down a spoonful of it. I mean, it smells bad. It tastes a little bit better, but it's not poison or anything. You know, it's sustenance. It's gruel with bits in. You're not sure where the meats come from, but there's some in there. She looks at Volker.
Oh, no, thank you, my lady. I would not want to impose on your hospitality for too much longer. We should be about our business.
Yes, I believe that my divining led them to a new staircase.
Yes. Do you know the directions?
The
specifics?
It is. There's a over that way. She's pointing to sort of one of the walls of the tent. You go up the stairs, and it's first left and then second right, I believe. There's a it's. I would be careful. That first staircase leads you up to. There's a portal to Acheron there, and there are some interesting military tacticians discussing things in and around that area. So I would be careful. They're likely to be evil fuckers and might try and kill you. For seeing their plans. They're very creative plans, I hear, but not to be trifled with. Maybe that's why they don't mind Serene passing by there as a hobgoblin.
Maybe.
Bugbear, as a bugbear. She's
a room in which to do their plans that are very creative and military-minded, rather than just doing them in the middle of a fucking stairway. I mean, I'm just saying.
This place embodies creativity and passion. What better place to be inspired? And clearly they're doing something interesting on the other end of that portal. Otherwise it wouldn't have appeared. This is why this place exists, to link all places of creativity together, bring them together to one place. And we are here. We will discover all of these things and explore all of them. That is why the Planeswalkers Guild came here after we were ousted from Sigil.
So, just to clear up, yours, if we go up and then left and then up and then second right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we go through this military camp with hobgoblins, or do we stop before we get there, or is that our destination?
You'll have to go past them.
Okay, past them. Yeah, so
like,
are they at the first landing, the second landing?
They are on the first landing.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes. It's a big flat area with they've built some sort of little tents on there. A little bit like ours, but much smaller, but their tents are much cleaner. Interesting.
They do like to keep things quite ordered, the hobgoblins, I hear.
They do. But they wouldn't mind Serene slipping past, you see. I think that's why she was sent on this mission, in case they were found. Because she's, a hairy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get on okay, usually, the hobgoblin and the bugbear.
Indeed. Yes, I think she was sent with a couple of orcs, so they could slip past. I would be careful though. We're trying to figure out this other portal, and since they haven't returned, that's quite interesting. I don't know. I wasn't aware of a key.
So they've gone, but So there's no known portal key to the entrance they are investigating.
No, they've just got to see what they can find, and then report back, and then I would engage with a bit more magical understanding. I don't really like to leave here. Not anymore.
I imagine it's probably quite an inspiring place to live.
It is. I'm working on new spells and new magics and new broths and potions, as you have just tasted, my good dwarven friend. How are you feeling?
Delightfully pungent. It is very strong. It clears the nasal passage.
Indeed. Knock your socks off.
Yeah, were I to wear socks, it would do it, I think.
Yes. Right. Excellent. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think you've been very helpful. Thank you. We should probably be going now.
Very well. I do have a couple of trinkets a small group of adventurers sold to me. Well, that's a bit of a lie. But anyway, she kind of gestures to like a crate to one side, like a little chest.
Please exit via the gift shop.
And she's like, and if you wish to purchase anything to show your gratitude for my assistance, then that would be most appreciated. Or you can just leave some money.
What sort of trinkets does she have available?
There's some tat. There's a few daggers. There's an interesting looking arrow, which has got a strange kind of crystalline head on it. And there are two small vials of liquid that looks a slight rosy red in hue.
How much for the pink stuff? Rosy red.
Oh, it's both. For you, Mr. Dwarf?
Yeah. I
think 50 gold pieces per vial.
Okay.
It's a restorative lotion.
Yeah, okay. I'll take both.
Very well. It's a minor healing potion.
Okay. Both of them are too.
Yeah.
Is there anything among the tat that's particularly shiny?
There's a really cool coin that seems to be made of electrum. Not that anyone really uses that coinage, but it looks.
You don't see a lot of these around anymore. How much do you want for this?
And a gold.
Sure. Yeah, it's an interesting coin.
It's got some interesting symbols on it, and it looks like a strange, on one side, a strange image of what looks like some sort of little maze or something, like a little very geometric little pattern. It could be like a geometric, very fancy Celtic knot, or it could be like a little maze, that kind of thing on there. That looks quite interesting. And when you turn it around on the other side, there is two curved swords, hilt at either end, curving like that. And when you turn the coin again, it looks like the maze has like moved slightly. It's an interesting little coin. It's like a little weird oddity.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. I like that kind of thing.
Cool. Okay, so you give her some money.
Yeah.
And you leave her tent, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I give Volka one of the healing potions. This might be handy later.
Yeah, thanks.
I get the feeling someone's going to poke us with pointy things. make holes in us.
Good chance. Good chance. It's traditional. It's it's a learning experience.
Man, we're from Isgard. That's how you say hello.
Yeah. People like to poke people from Isgard.
Okay, so you make your way through the tents of the Adventurers Guild, the Planeswalkers Guild, and you see off to the side where the entrance where you came up, the Minotaur has returned to his guard duty, and as you approach the staircase that you've been sort of directed towards, which you can see kind of stretching up like massively into the distance, you can't really see where it's going. There is a woman, a female dwarf with a crossbow, standing there, which is loaded, and she seems to be quite focused on that staircase. It's not hugely steep; it sort of goes off fairly shallow, and she's kind of standing there, sort of ready with a crossbow. You can merely walk past her. She's not really going to stop you if you don't want to talk to her.
She's pointed like we're walking from behind her, is it, or she's?
Yeah. She's walking. She's not like, only looking that direction, but she's kind of watching that area, and she's kind of looking around.
As we're kind of coming up behind her, can I, in kind of a relatively abrupt way, go, "What are you looking for?" Just see the shit.
Okay.
I mean, hello.
She's going to make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw to see if she doesn't shoot the crossbow bolt into the distance. Oh, she's okay. She's like, whoa.
Sorry. I mean, you look intent.
Well, I've been told to keep an eye on this staircase a lot more.
Hobgoblins?
Potentially. We're interested in case there's it's a couple of hours walk up that staircase there, but I'm keeping an eye just in case.
You mind if we head up there?
No. Go for
I assume you have the crossbow, but I assume you raised an alarm also, because what if there's like 50 of them?
A shout?
Yeah, you. Oh, yeah. Okay, but they can hear you from here. You have like
alarm. It's not massively far to the nearest tents.
Okay.
And she says, well, I can make a noise.
I believe you. Sorry for I didn't mean to sneak up on you. It was an accident.
Well, I've got plenty of time to think about that while you walk away from me within range of my trusty crossbow here.
Yeah, that seems clever.
So I'll think going up here then.
Okay, so you guys start heading
Sorry, I think Ben was asking something.
No, I was just saying you can walk behind me then.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So you,
as we're walking away, I'm going to use the disguise self thing to mask my face to just appear smaller, because I can appear up to a foot smaller or bigger, just like smaller.
So you're harder to hit.
Exactly the same person.
More of the ASMR.
I'm actually no harder to hit because I'm the exact same size. I just look smaller.
Sure, you can see more of Volker in front of you.
It's the price you pay for being a 6'2" guy walking around with a dwarf.
True.
My neck appears to disappear. I shorten at the shins.
Nice. Okay, so you start making your way up this staircase. It is 6 foot wide, and largely looks like it's made of some sort of sandstone. And as you can see from the image there, although this shows you lots of platforms in close succession, there's kind of, this kind of stuff hanging off the underneath. There's kind of crumbling bits of rock. Although it's not falling apart, it looks like it's crumbling. Sorry, just checking on Lars to see if he's still asleep. You start getting into a bit of a rhythm going up these stairs, and after a while your thighs are starting to feel it. A 2-hour walk up a staircase is not fun, but you are healthy Asgardian folk, so you
it's good cardio.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a stairmaster. That's what they call the chief planeswalker.
That's a carve made of solid adamantium.
So, she says a couple of hours walk, and as you sort of are walking, you sort of lose track of time. It's hard to tell, and distance as well. It's hard for you to tell exactly where and when you are, because it's just this weird inky void. At one point, you see a staircase that seems to be heading in a sort of very juxtaposed direction to you, and you see a group of people running along the staircase. They're upside down to you at a strange angle, and they're quite a way away. You can't really see much detail of them.
We should have bought that spyglass.
But there seems to be something large sort of chasing them across this staircase, and then they're kind of gone in the inky void.
I don't know about you, but I was looking for the big guy. He seemed friendly. Maybe he just wanted a kiss, you know?
Oh, who doesn't?
Could be.
Who doesn't? So you get within sort of viewing distance of this next platform, and you can see up ahead the stairs are starting to turn into iron, effectively. So the last sort of 40 steps up to this platform look like they're progressively more and more iron, and the platform itself looks like has this kind of strange veneer of an iron surface on the top of it. You guys know Acheron is a plane of large iron cubes falling through an infinite void, so you can tell that this platform is kind of having a little bit of influence coming through that portal. There is no doubt up there on one edge of it, as you can see on the example.
As we're coming up towards the top, I'm going to use Mask Many Faces again, but I'm going to turn myself into what's a relatively short goblinoid, but not a goblin. No, what I'm going to turn myself into is a little old lady hobgoblin.
Okay.
But like hunched over, so that I'm actually, because I'm 5 foot tall, I'm 5 foot and a little bit, so I'm quite tall for a dwarf. I'm going to make myself like 6 foot tall, which is kind of okay for a hobgoblin, but like bent over to make up for the difference.
Okay.
Like lady, kind of shaman looking. So I'm still using my quarterstaff, but it's going to look more shamanistic with bits and gubbins on it. And then I'm going to turn to Volka and kind of open my mouth, and there's a very obvious tongue missing situation, like a stump, like a little missing.
You're very, very odd, but I get what you're saying. You want me to be your voice.
No, and then I'm going to, in his head, using Awakened Mind, and which allows me to talk to any creature telepathically within 30 feet, even if they don't speak the same language as me. I'm going to talk to him and go, "Greetings, friend."
Oh, that's so disturbing.
Yes,
your skin...
I don't speak Goblin, and I don't know if you do.
Volker, no, your skin crawls.
I don't speak any Goblin, but
yeah,
that's
there's probably some like random slight eldritch feedback going on. So it's like me talking and then like slightly dissonant whispers in the background going.
Yeah, a couple of
funnily enough, I was literally just looking at the spell Dissonant Whispers and thinking I might have to cast this soon.
until I get more charisma, I feel like casting anything that involves a save is just a poor choice.
Cool. Okay, so you're approaching the platform, and you have transformed yourself into this little old lady hobgoblin.
Shaman lady.
Shaman lady. I love it. I'm just opening up some monster cards, so not for Ben's limbering up. Right, let's go.
I'm just going to do /roll.
Yeah.
D20.
Get it ready.
Plus, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Well, it might be initiative. So as you step up.
Actually, with initiative,
look at these.
It's going to be -1.
I just have to say, right, these are really nice cards. You probably can't see it very clearly.
That is a nice card.
Yeah.
And each of them...
I'm sure you were just holding up a Lemure card for the sake of effect.
Each of them has...
What's that? You change yourself into a hobgoblin. Look, an entire plateau of Lemure.
No, I'm just. They don't seem to have done these all in alphabetical order. Some of them in alphabetical order. Oh, that's nice. Get a hobgoblin and a hobgoblin captain with a different piece of artwork. Look at that. Very nice.
What fun!
Yeah. Not showing you the backs of the cards. Okay, so you guys make your way.
And my monster manual is at the garage, so.
Shame.
I can't even cheat, but I can.
Mine's right here, but I'm better than that.
Yeah. No cheating.
Of course I am.
Absolutely.
Better.
I mean, we're all on the internet. If we really were desperate,
if you really
wouldn't be that fucking hard.
Also, anyway. So you guys step up the last few stairs, which means, you're not all the way to the top, but the last few stairs that allow you to sort of see onto the platform. And you can see that there are 4 tents. They are a deep red in colour, and they are set out in a square. So they are 4 on the corners of a square, and beyond you there is a portal. You can see an empty archway with sort of a strange darkness through it. To the left, you can see another staircase that goes up, and to the right, you can see a staircase that goes down. And there is, between these 4 tents, which are sort of 30 odd feet apart, there's a large table set out just on the platform. So the wood of the table is just on the iron, and you can see on the table that there's a series of what look like wooden carving sculptures, perhaps miniatures. That's all you can kind of see from this distance. You can hear people moving about, but you can't see them from where you are.
So how do you want to play this? I mean, I don't think I'm going to sneak through very easily.
How about I pull a rope out from my explorer's pack thingy? Yeah. I'm gonna put these on you. Okay, Han, you put those on. Essentially, that plan, you're able to talk.
Yeah, I figure that one works.
Yeah, I'm bringing you through. Of course, I seem like I don't have a tongue, but it's only visual, so I can't actually talk. I'm gonna put these on you and bring you through.
You're making me carry my own great sword because you're a little old lady and is very heavy.
I mean, sure, I could try and... No, I could minor. That's not a good idea. My problem is, I could make you invisible. But what are the chances they have some sort of, crazy true sight person hanging around?
I don't know. True sight is very difficult to pull off.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to make you invisible, or you want to try? I
don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I quite fancy the idea of seeing if we can talk our way through, but I don't think we will.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Don't put it around my
hand.
Put it around my neck instead of my hands.
Okay.
And then I'd be like your slave or something. I don't know.
I'll do that, and I'll use. I think minor illusion, concentration. I know disguise self isn't. Boop. Let me check. Why are you not working?
Do you want me to crack out my?
No, I got it here.
Arcane spell cards.
Just give
you can if you want to. Yeah. It's not concentration, but it only lasts for a minute. But that should be okay. Can't be longer than a 5-foot cube. Yeah, I'm gonna tie the rope around his neck, and then I'm going to use minor illusion to try and make it look like slightly S&M chain with some spikes and nastiness, possibly some enchantment on it. So it looks like magic coercion chain sort of thing.
Okay. So not just a crappy rope.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So.
And
how long does that last?
A minute, but can I re-up it as I go? Or no?
What, to cast it again and again?
Yeah.
Is it what components does it have?
S and M, somatic and something.
S and M?
No verbal, though. Yeah, no verbal.
It's appropriate, isn't it?
A bit of fleece is the material, so it's just somatic, so that's gestures, right?
Mm-hmm. Is that a cantrip?
Yes.
It will still be an action for you to do it, though.
Yes.
So if it were to be like at an important moment, you may have to do that rather than something else.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I won't do that then, just because I think it could get too complicated. I'll just stick with the rope.
No, that's fine. That's fine if you want to make it.
Assume that I'm gonna scare them with my scary rope. No, I'm just gonna stick with the rope.
Okay.
It's less likely to fuck up.
Cool. Right. Well, you're going to make your way up onto the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to try and do this stealthily to make your way to the left-hand side without anyone hearing and seeing you, if you can, or are you just going to walk up to the middle of the place and go, "Hey, how are you doing?"
I'm not going to.
Not stealthy, but not paying any attention to them at all. Just
I'm not going to try and interact with anyone. But I'm not going to try and sneak so that I'm not being seen. We're going to try and walk. I don't know, fly casual, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see.
The nonchalant walk of an elderly hobgoblin.
It'd be more deception than stealth.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sneak past anyone. I'm just trying to make it look like as if.
I'm just thinking about them trying to make a perception roll to hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying.
So if you're not trying to be stealthy, maybe let's have stealth rolls. Anyway, just to see. You're just walking, but let's see how.
See if anyone even notices.
Yeah.
Where's my stealth? -1. I had this roll all queued up for initiative.
You still did better than me.
Okay.
And I actually have some stealth.
Okay, so
we weren't trying to be quiet.
They don't.
True.
They don't. Right. So they have a passive perception of 10. So Volker.
Defender wins, don't they?
Does it? I thought it was your target. It's the target number. So you roll a 10. I need to get a 10. It's like your armor class.
Okay.
Your armor class is 15. I need to get a 15.
Okay.
So you are walking across the platform towards the left-hand stairwell, and you hear some activity and some booted feet sort of clop across the iron. And you hear,
Didn't think this through.
I shall respond in pure celestial and only celestial.
Okay.
I'm gonna tug on the rope.
That sounds like la la la.
Make way for the terrible mistress in celestial.
Tug on the rope and go, ignore him, in their heads.
In
it doesn't matter. It's
okay.
they understand it.
But you don't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I'll say ignore him. We're on the way through to the other side. but it.
This
my mouth
hobgoblin.
long, kind of weird, stumpy tongue is hanging out.
Cool.
Back thereof.
This hobgoblin is standing there in chainmail with a shield, and it's got a sword in scabbard. So he's wearing, full armor, a little helmet on, and behind him you can see another hobgoblin wearing plate mail that seems to be looking out of the tent. And as this exchange is going on, he walks across to the table that's in the center of this kind of square of tents, and you see him pick up some sort of wooden carving and move it, like quite purposefully, on the table. And he goes, and then he just stands there and seems to sort of. He has got a great sword across his back, and you can see now that beside the table there is a sort of umbrella stand of javelins, kind of there for easy defense. The hobgoblin says to you, the one that ran over to you, goes,
Pointing at me, or is he pointing at Volker?
Pointing at Volker.
I'm gonna give Volker a little like tap on the side of the head with the thing that looks like a big shaman staff, but it's actually a cord. I go, and essentially gonna say, ignore him. We're going that way, and just point my thing. We don't want.
I shall say in Celestial, you don't understand a word I'm saying, do you?
So like, kind of angry, whack the side of the head of your man, and say, look, we're going that way. We don't want anything to do with any of this.
Okay.
Business to attend to. I got flesh to sell.
Okay. Let's have a persuasion.
Persuasion, you say?
Or deception.
From me, from both of
us. So let's have maybe deception.
Deception.
What do you think? You're more deceiving them, aren't you, than persuading?
Yeah.
Or it's up to you.
I would have said
either of those is fine. But I'm going to say you're at disadvantage because you don't know what he's saying to you.
Oh no.
Okay, so Volker's like quite persuasive or deceptive either way.
Darling, performance is my medium.
Yeah, you are a bard.
Method, you know.
You could always inspire someone to help them, Volker.
I could do that, couldn't I? I've got my bardic inspiration.
Because
4 or 6 for you. 6. Yeah.
Was it start as?
I can't remember. Been too long.
It's D6 for me.
D6.
There you go.
So why don't you roll a D6 and add that onto your 7? 10.
10 total.
Okay.
It's not me that rolled.
I rolled the same on the D6 as I rolled on the D20. Never a good time.
The creature carries on talking in Goblin.
Is he gesturing back down the stairs?
He's gesturing towards the stairs, and then he gestures back to, and he seems to be pointing at the table where the guy's standing, and then does a walkie fingers. No, he does a walkie fingers motion. No, like
he wants us to go to the table.
As in, does that the impression we get?
Make an intelligence roll.
+1. Boop.
You're not sure. Volker, you can make an intelligence roll as well if you want, to see if you can be getting a gist of what's going on. You're not sure.
I'm gonna just start walking.
Go hard or go home. Balls wide.
Balls wide. Not towards the table, but like
towards
past
the stairs.
table. Yeah. To the way we wanted to go.
Because you've started here and gone towards the staircase.
And
there,
like I'm gonna do it
like,
with like just fucking leave me alone. I don't have time for your bullshit. Kind of facial expression and hand gesture. Like
okay.
I'm very happy for you that you've chosen to interrupt my day, but I've got shit to do.
Okay.
And I'm gonna as I pull on the thing, the rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use minor illusion to make it go and like a little what looks like a shock go up the thing, like visible shock thing go up the.
Volker, are you gonna respond to that little thing?
I shall.
You're gonna make a performance roll.
You want a performance, darling? You want performance? I'll give you a performance.
You just said performance was your medium.
Oh, typing. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, I forgot to put the slash in. I'm very clever.
Slash when it didn't go at the start where it's supposed to. Bad slash.
Oh, for Christ.
Oh, dear.
You go.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, it's +5, so that would have been 9.
9, okay.
Woo.
The hobgoblin's just now not certain, and he's like, draws his sword.
Where is he pointing his sword?
He's pointing at you, and he's pointing at the table.
Alright, I'll go over towards the table, so.
Okay, you're taking Volker over to the table. You approach, and you can see on this table that someone has drawn a series of squares joined by lines, and there are sort of pieces dotted on some of them, and there's a lot of this table's probably 20 foot by 6 to 8 feet wide, so it's like a massive dining table for a serious number of people kind of thing, or a massive map table. And there's one long, you think it might be a sort of skin or something, or very old papyrus, you're not sure, and across this thing there are a huge number of these squares and lines dotted around, and in fact it's vaguely reminiscent of this image on the screen, but more in association rather than kind of very well drawn. It's just like boxes and lines, and there are various carvings.
Flowchart.
There's various figures, wooden carved blocks on different platforms on this thing, and you can see that there is a one that looks like a shield with a sword behind it, sort of carved out of wood on a little stand, and then another one which is a gnarled hand holding a little eyeball, and that was the miniature that the hobgoblin captain moved onto this platform when he saw you. He turns to you. He's speaking in Goblin. You haven't got a fucking clue what he's saying, but he's saying something really profound, and he's talking and he's like gesturing in sweeping maneuvers, and he's sort of very assertive, looking at you, Jotun, like, oh yes, over here and this over there and da 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 da, and you are very confused. And he just kind of gets to an end and then stands there looking at you.
In common, I shall say to Jotun, Mistress, he seeks your Mistress, he seeks your blessing.
Shut your mouth, filthy divine touched creature.
Oh, I can't speak out loud, but in his so like I said, my mouth kind of slacks open again.
Yeah.
My tongue is there, and I kind of gesture to it, and then I go to him. May we speak in common?
You wish to talk in this foul tongue that this disgusting creature will understand.
I have use for him. He is no threat.
Make a deception roll.
God. Oh God. It's inspiration?
You've used it.
I've used it, yeah.
Okay.
You spent it.
Oh, you only have the one, dude.
Yeah, afraid so.
Dang. Okay.
Hey!
Well, there you go.
Whew.
So, I failed to.
He's important, but he's credulous. I like him.
He's deep in thought, and you can tell that he's really contemplating this, and he seems to be extremely. Sorry, 1 second. Just arranging a lift to work tomorrow. That's good. He's like really deep in thought, and although he's asked you something, he's clearly still thinking about what's on the table in front of him, and he says, whatever, Seer, I have not, I would have your reading of this. It is not often that one of your kind chances upon our people.
Fucking, of course it isn't.
And
No.
I see this as portent that our tactics here are true. We seek to understand this place. We have worked hard to develop the tactical knowledge that would draw it to us. And now we seek to exploit this. From here, and he gestures now up to the wider expanse around. From here we can reach all of the planes. And I can exact my control over a wider area. For context, this guy is some crappy captain that you can see. He's got like 4 tents and a guy. He's like, he's not like interplanetary warlord, but he seems to be like, he has obviously had some moment on Acheron where he's realised something and developed something that has
Today the stairs, tomorrow the living room.
Exactly, yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he has to have done something pretty interesting to have just gotten onto the stairs. To actually have opened the
Well,
door.
you don't know what he has done.
Mm.
So
from here you will take control over the other planes? I'm talking in a relatively different voice because I don't know what I'd fucking sound like talking through his head. In the background, probably.
Are you trying to rein in your dissonant whispers, or you allow the kind of background stuff?
No,
or letting
I'm
it just
assuming
roll?
that it would be quite a weird experience for him.
Sure.
Like it would be
Sure.
multiple voices, and kind of he just gets a sense of understanding about it.
If anything,
There's no point in me doing my accent because it won't sound like me.
no, sure. If anything, that almost reinforces this kind of feeling that he has that you are some kind of seer. That is the opportunity. Yes, indeed. I developed many battle tactics back on our plane. I conquered several fortresses that were deemed impenetrable. And sorry, Ben, that looked like you were downing a bottle of wine there.
Yes, look.
They weren't expecting my burrowing maneuver that we enacted 6 months ago. Is he moving around? Hang on. Just a roll, we're all good. Yes, This has been an interesting campaign recently, and at the end of it, at the conclusion of it, although most of my men died, we survived, and this door opened, and I stepped in. We've been seeking knowledge, information, and these planeswalkers, they've been very useful in what information we've been able to get out of them.
What is your next step?
Well, only one of them is still alive, and I think we should grill her for some more information. I don't know whether you... Oh, hello. Ben's popped out of my vision.
Oh, nice 11. Do a refresh.
Can I refresh? Is that going to disrupt the whole thing?
Yeah.
Ben, can you... Ben, can you whack a refresh?
I'll do one as well, just... Oh, no. Wait. Oh.
It's okay. Taking a moment just to say hello to some people on Twitch.
We found it, Serene, we found that she's an elf, right? Like they told us she's an elf? Okay.
Serene, she's a bugbear.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Hairy.
Slightly different. Hello, Ben.
Right.
You're back.
I'm back.
Excellent.
You're back.
Cool.
But I can't see Kevin anymore.
Kevin, whack a refresh. Ben can't see you.
There we go. So much better.
What a great face to return to. That was fantata. Cool. Okay, yeah. So you know that she's a bugbear.
Okay.
When he said that to you, he seemed to look towards one of the tents.
Okay. I'm going to take out, let me think, what do I have in my bag that I could use as like rolling bones? I do have dice because we were playing dice before.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 ball bearings.
Yeah. 500,000 ball bearings.
Time to read the ball bearings.
Yeah.
See, this one means you're going to have luck and love. Looks like all of the other ones, but it's how you read. So I'm gonna roll the dice, and as they land, I'm gonna do. Can I use thaumaturgy without it being obvious I'm using thaumaturgy, or is that something I have to roll for?
Is he going to have knowledge arcana? Is he going to be able to tell if you're doing any kind of magic? Chanting a spell whilst throwing the bones doesn't have to be thaumaturgy as far as he's aware.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Your experience of hobgoblin captains is limited. However, you're pretty sure they won't be that savvy on the difference between one speller and another, or one practice and another.
So I'm gonna be like shaking the dice around while kind of humming, but like glottally to myself, so as though I'm like non-specific words.
Cool.
And within that, as the dice land, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make the table go.
Okay, cool.
Make ground shake.
Yeah.
Like tremor.
Yep.
And then as I'm going to like stay looking downwards, not looking at like my eyes closed, not looking at the dice, and then I'm going to use thaumaturgy again, but like 6 seconds later, I guess, because it's an action.
Okay.
And then like open, and as I look up, my eyes are just completely white. And
Nice.
I'm going to start speaking in tongues, which is going to be basically some sort of gibberish somewhere between Dwarven and Common.
Okay.
Just made up.
Okay.
But it's not going to be full speaking because it's going to be all glottal because I'm trying to imitate the fact that I don't have a tongue. And then I'm going to
away
say,
with not being able to talk goblin.
yeah, exactly. and then when I kind of stop and kind of like as though I'm out of like spent, I'm going to go. in his head, with awakened mind, bring us to see your prisoner. The portents are unclear.
He seems, Volker, you were kind of watching, and Jotun, you were obviously in the midst of your stuff and doing so, Jotun, let's have a deception roll with advantage because of the magic that you used. That's all really cool. Cool. Okay, so 16.
We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled deception as well. But...
Hey, that's fine because you're mirroring what's going on.
You're believing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm the believer. Yeah. I'm the organ grinder's monkey.
And you can see on his face that he is like invested in what's going on. He is like looking at the table. When the table goes like that, one of the figures falls over, and he's like, and he kind of steps back. And when you say, "Take us to your prisoner," he's like, "Very well, very well." Hey, and for a moment he slips into goblin again. And he points to one of the other tents.
And I gotta say once more for the people in the cheap seats, again in his head, like, and gesture to Volker, like, as in this morning. Common.
Yeah. So I've just had someone on Twitch come on and say, what classes are you playing?
Warlock!
Bardbarian.
I'm a Dwarlock.
Yeah.
You're a Dwarlock and I'm a Bardbarian.
This is the awesome adventures of Bardbarian and Dwarlock. Cool. Okay.
That's Bardbarian with 2 A's to get Asimar in there.
I like it. Bardbarian.
Cool.
I'm warming up at Dissonant Whispers, by the way. If this guy so much as looks at anybody funny, I'm going to melt his brain.
Okay, so he walks you over to the tent, and he kind of pulls the flaps aside, and there is another hobgoblin soldier standing there, and in a heap on the floor there is a bugbear woman who's been roundly bashed and sort of bound, gagged, tied on the floor, big black eye, cuts, scrapes, all kinds of stuff, and just lying there. And she looks up at you as she's conscious, and she looks up at you as the light kind of comes across her, and you can see she's clearly not had a good time. There's evidence that other people have been in here before, but they are no longer there. There's sort of blood dotted around. This hobgoblin guard is standing there with his sword out. He's literally pointing at her. He looks also like he's had a bit of a beating. So clearly she's done her own handiwork. And he is like on edge when you come in.
Okay.
So the captain says to you, "Very well, sir. Because you're still in your disguise as this old lady hobgoblin, seer, sort of crunched over with your staff." He says, "Very well. Here is the prisoner."
I'm gonna walk to where I'm like about 2 feet away from her and stare reading her. Did you say she's still on the floor? Like
she's on the floor. Yeah.
In her head. I'll tell her to. How will I put this?
Oh dear.
Is she laid down all like
stay down
position sort of style?
Not quite. She's lying there looking like looking at the soldier. They're staring at each other basically. She's lying there looking at him like, if I wasn't tied up I would be beating you to death right now. And he's standing there with his sword pointing at her and a shield, and he's like, fucking come on, if you move again I'm going to stab you.
So I'm going to tell my captain friend that I'm going to use my power to find out what she knows.
Okay.
Okay, then again,
he's like says to the hobgoblin, and he's like steps out of the tent.
I'm gonna point at her in sort of a Darth Vader chokehold, like hand out sort of situation, and in her head, because he can't hear this, I'm gonna say, "Remain calm. We're here from what are we called again? The Takers." But they don't know this yet. But obviously, what will appear to happen, I assume, is that she'll kind of react to the "what the fuck" voice in her head and see me pointing, and he's going to think, "Oh, some sort of mental grip is going on."
So she does like sort of suddenly recoil slightly, and then she seems to like settle down. And then as you're talking in her head, she's like starts play acting a little bit.
Okay. So I gotta kind of tug on Volka's rope a little bit, and in his head, then I'm gonna go. Do we fight her yet? Do you have ideas as to what to do next? In Volka's head, obviously.
That's really helpful for Volka.
But he can't say anything obvious, so hopefully he'll figure out some way of putting it that's going to be.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. What does that look like to them?
I imagine when I do it, it's probably quite glowy.
Yeah, there's probably a big glowy thing. So you've got the rope tied around your neck, and
but I've tugged the rope, so I guess
it's a touch spell, isn't it?
As submissively as possible and reach out to the bugbear, almost afraid. Oh, I'm so scared.
Dropping the rope, I'm gonna have my hand pointed one at each of them. So like one hand at each, as though I'm puppet mastering them or something.
What, the two hobgoblins?
No. One at Volka and one at the
gotcha.
dream.
Right, okay, gotcha.
So I'm trying to do like a look at me doing my thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to do a cure styles.
I missed out in the middle of what you said there. A cure wounds. Bard style.
Bardic style. So it's 1d8 plus 1.
Okay.
I'm going to say to my captain friend, he's curing her physical wounds that I may delve deeper. This may get dramatic.
It's a bit of a punk roll, really, isn't it?
That's a bit of a punk roll. But you see a brief glint of appreciation in her eye as you do that.
And as he's doing that, so I'm like mentally controlling them. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself, so I start to give off like a mist, like frozen spectral frost that covers me and my gear. So.
Okay. So the hobgoblin captain turns to the other hobgoblin and says something in goblin that you don't know. You go, and the hobgoblin like nods a very curt nod and leaves and goes over to you assume the table area, sort of 10-20 feet away, but the captain then steps inside the tent and like shuts, like the flaps fall closed behind him, and he says, do your worst with her then, find out all that you can. Oh, hang on.
That's a Lars.
That's a small child.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry for that brief pause there. I had to go and look after my son. He just woke up. And, yep, that probably scared everyone away. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's carry on. Cool. So, the flaps on the tent have closed. Our Goblin Captain is standing there. You guys have started to do a bit of healing magic on Serene. The Bugbear Barbarian Ranger type person. And he's still standing there and saying, do your worst. What do you intend to do? Are you going to initiate combat with him, or are you going to...
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are going to do our worst.
I'm gonna say to your one in her head with Awakened Mind, prepare yourself for a fight, and then I'm going to cast Hex as a bonus action on the dude.
Okay, so Kevin, you will then get a round to do that stuff. We'll roll initiative, and then we'll all go into initiative order. So
do I get an action and a bonus action, or just an action?
You get a bonus and an action and a bonus action. And let's all roll initiative. I will write it down, because I still haven't figured all of this out yet, because we're doing impromptus. Oh. What's your bonus on that?
0.
Oh! Wait, hang on. What's your bonus on it?
Does that mean I don't get to go ever?
Dex bonus.
Dex bonus. All right, mine's up +1 then, so I'm going on a mighty 7. Woo!
We're so enamored with our own plan. We're like,
So you're on what? 7. Did you say, Ben?
Yep.
7. And
7.
you're on 0. I assume that's a 1. It's minimum 1, isn't it? Okay.
I think that counts as a 1, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A -1 dexterity. Because I'm a dwarf whose body is withering away as he becomes more and more consumed by the power of the old ones. The old ones!
Sounds fun. So I'm already enjoying the monster cards. I'll just throw that out there, because I'm
happy for you, Pete.
I have in my hands the Bugbear and the Hobgoblin Captain. Easy to do.
Me and my 0 initiative are happy for you and your monsters.
He's got multi-attack, look at that.
Okay. So I get my surprise round?
Yes.
So +4 for spell attack. So I'm casting Hex on him.
Okay.
So he's cursed. So I get to choose one ability that he's disadvantaged on checks with that ability. So I'm going to say that's checks, not saves, though, isn't it?
Yeah, not attack rolls.
No, but it's not saves.
No.
It's only checks.
Yeah. So if he's going to do any cartwheels...
Yeah, I guess dexterity is the only one that really
Okay.
is relevant here, because everything else is saves, nearly.
So he's got dex disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was saves, I would have gone for wisdom, but it's not saves. Just in case my friend here can help.
Okay.
Okay, so do that, and I roll a spell attack for Eldritch Blast, my cantrip.
Eldritch Blast!
So again, I gotta open my mouth, and it's gonna come out of my stumpy tongue.
Oh, nice.
16.
Dodge this.
That's a miss.
Ah, bastard.
Well, more it sort of laps around his armour.
Still covered in vomit though.
And it's kind of it's like a green with like weird blobby bits in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of is it like
oscillating,
is it like a
pulsating almost?
Is it like a beam, or is it like a
well,
bolt?
I would imagine it being like flaming skull going towards someone. Instead of being a skull, it's just like a weird mass of
Zoidberg.
Yeah,
I think it's a bolt rather than like a ray or a beam or a cone or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's
like a magical gob of phlegm that moves and has weird.
Nice.
In my case.
Nice, love it. Cool. With that image in mind, right, he draws his greatsword out of its sheath, and swings at once at each of you. So I am doing this. So this first one is going to be at Jotun.
Is that really his attack bonus? That's a bit shit.
Kind of hits though.
That's a hit. So he's like, whoa, chung.
Wing Chun?
Yeah,
Wing Chun.
he's using Kung Fu to attack him.
And that
with a great
does roll. This is weird. I can't fluff my dice. What's going on?
I think there is a GM roll is the
there is a GM roll, and I can go.
I'm not sure what.
Oh,
I'm not sure what
but
your one is.
the people viewing could see because I'm streaming it. They'd see it, and I go.
Just roll an
They
actual
missed.
Pete, if we die, we die.
Boom. There you go.
9.
9 points
So
of damage.
I still have 1 temporary hit point left from Armor of Agathis, and you take 10 points of damage.
Bah!
Sorry, say that. I was reading a special ability. Read that again.
So, protective magical force surrounds you, manifesting a spectral frost. You gain 5 temporary points. On my case, because it's a level 2 spell slot, so I actually gain 10.
That's still just 5.
If they hit you while you have these hit points, huh? No,
So
he's holding two hands. Just can't do the other hand because of the camera. If they hit you while you have these hit points, you take the same amount of cold damage. So you actually take the full 10, and if I get hit again, you'll take another 10 until the hit points are gone.
Aren't they gone when you take 10 points of damage?
Yeah, but I've only taken 9, so I have 1 left. So when I
Yeah.
get hit again, you still take 10. It doesn't say that
I
it's
thought
like...
if I do 9 to you, I take 9 points of damage.
It says if a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points, the creature takes 5 cold damage. It doesn't say they take the amount of damage that they gave. So it means I get to do potentially lots if they only do small increase.
Does the damage increase as well as the hit points increase?
Yeah, so if you cast this using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, both the temporary hit points and the cold damage increase by 5 for each slot. And since I'm a warlock, I have to cast at the highest spell level. So it was automatically a 2nd.
Yep. Okay. So he takes 10 points of damage. Boom.
I take almost a point of damage, but not quite.
Yes. And he hits you, and he's like, ah! And there's like along the blade up his arm, and he's like, ah! And he goes, fuck! And he's like goes to swing against Volker. Make sure I'm doing that right.
Oh, it worked!
Clearly, the icy blast up his arm has distracted him, and he misses. He flails wildly. In fact, cuts a massive slash in the tent. One person I didn't roll for. Hang on. That is Serene's initiative. Yep. Okay, so next we have Volker on 7.
Okay, well then he needs to make a wisdom save.
Oh. Any particular extra stuff?
Nope, just a wisdom save.
Okay.
Difficulty 11.
Here we go. What are you whistling?
I'm actually blasting his mind with the full force of the heavenly chorus.
Well, you are, because I would have won.
Yep, he's gonna feel this. Right. No, I forgot my slash again. Roll. So he takes that much damage and has to immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay, so he darts out the flap of the tent.
Yep, he's got to choose it.
Okay, so which means
we can't kill him quickly and
but he won't throw himself off the edge of the
he's going to run towards the table.
Platform or anything.
But it does mean that Jotun gets an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh yeah. So I need to use my staff for this, don't I?
And your reaction.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't have any good reaction stuff. I'm not sure what my staff is because I don't think I put it in my inventory here. So it'll be. Is it 1d6 plus strength?
You have to roll to hit first.
Yeah, but what's my
strength?
Plus 0, so that'll make it a lot easier for you.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
I am prepared. So +2.
Okay. You're caught unawares by this magical impact of him sort of turning and running.
Screaming and running away from
and
the
you
cherubim.
swing wildly at him, and he disappears out of the tent, shouting as he goes. And
that's not ideal.
And the bugbear looks up at you. She's gagged and like tied and stuff, and she just goes, raises her arms.
Is that
Have we got time to cut her free? Is that going to take an action?
You can just like.
Yep. Then I shall slice her free.
Okay.
Is she armed?
She's not at the moment, but once you cut her hand, she starts to undo herself, and she says, "What the fuck is going on? I thought we were going to
use this. Can you use this?" And I give her my great sword.
She goes, "Yes."
Nice. Nice.
Okay, so you are all standing in the tent.
I think we need to step out of the tent. Behind me.
One thing I just need to roll quickly, because I think it will be important. The initiative for regular hobgoblins.
Time to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh, hello.
Oh, God.
Okay, so that was Serene's, Volker's turn, Serene's turn, Jotun.
Okay, so
You're
I think it's
all
time
in
to leave the tent. Gonna leave the tent.
Okay, you step out of the tent. You see
What do I see?
a goblin captain running to the table, and a hobgoblin, the hobgoblin guard from before, and the one from the other side, standing on the other side of the table, drawing longbows.
Are they within a 15-foot cube facing me?
Probably just about.
Good.
Yeah, they're kind of near each other, like firing, concentrated fire, as you're told in the military kind of thing. What are you doing, Jotun?
So they're between us and the way out, aren't they?
Yes.
I'm gonna start moving. Is there any cover in tents nearby? Like, is there a tent near
So
us?
you're on one corner of this kind of square, so you could try and move to the other one, but it's like 60 feet in that direction.
There's a tent by itself, and then a big open area, and then a table. And beyond. So I'm going to start going.
You can draw their fire.
Absolutely.
I'll start going towards the table, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast again against.
Please don't go towards the table.
What other way are we going to go? I'm not going to go right onto the table. I'll stay at least 15 feet away from.
Behind me.
I can't stay behind you. You haven't moved yet.
You can move to the side and Eldritch
I'll
Blast.
I'll move to one side. And
Yep.
Okay. Eldritch Blast like 120 foot. So.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll move forward a little bit. Like I'll move forward 10 feet out of the tent, but not super far.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try an Eldritch Blast again.
That's got quite a range in it, isn't it?
Yes, really long, and you can double it. Well, actually, more than double it. You can make it up to 300 foot. Apparently.
Cool.
So let me just double check.
No worries. You're well within range of him.
Yeah, I figured he hadn't run 100 feet. Oh dear fucking lord! I can't roll above a 10 tonight.
Ooh, that is a miss. Oh, hang on. One thing I forgot to do last time, which I was going to do, because it adds a little bit.
Mood lighting?
No. You'll see. Okay, cool. So you miss. So your flies across, darting through the air, past the staircase, into nothingness. And it's their go. And since you're the only person who stepped out of the tent and the other guy's running away, they both fire arrows at you. So they'll make a longbow attack at +3. So roll d20 +3.
I got like no AC.
So this is the first one.
Oh, that's a hit.
Really? Good lord.
I've got 11 AC.
Oh my god!
I've got a -1 to dex.
But you have still got 1 point of your
Okay, so that's
armor of Angry David.
No, that's
melee.
only for melee. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is how I hurt Jotun.
Mm.
And that is
And my feelings.
1d8. That's my goal. That's the real goal. This is the damage. Oh!
On a D8.
How many hit points have you got, by the way?
We got 26, but 27 with the 1 temporary. So.
That's alright then. And then the second one will attack you. +3. I'm loving these cards, I have to say. Absolutely loving the cards. Oh, there's another hit. Look at that.
Oh,
It's a fine hit. An 18. Right, so roll D8. Oh, no, D8. +1. Oh!
This is fine.
You can say what
Max
you like about
damage.
hobgoblins, but they've got military discipline.
Discipline.
I love the 3D dice. I have to say, it's just like a little extra. That's what
I don't see it.
Do you not see it?
Maybe it's because I didn't have it full screen.
Okay.
1 sec.
Oh, it's getting serious.
There's bleeding warm in here.
It's getting serious.
No, I think Nell might have left on the heating.
Okay, cool. So, that's their attack's done. So next is the Hobgoblin Captain. He is going to gather himself and
Kind of wish I saved.
hold his action. Volker.
Okay, I'm going to step just in front of Jotun, and I'm going to Thunder Wave the table, the hobgoblins, the tents.
Cool. So the Hobgoblin Captain's just reached the table. Just on the other side, all within a kind of 15-foot cube, is because it's about 8 foot wide, remember? So they're just on the other side of it. So you could drop a nice thunder wave on them and hit all 3 of them.
Now the downside to that is that it's a Constitution save, so the odds are good that they will probably make it. But at the very least, the table's going to go flying towards the archers.
That's true. That's true. So, what's the DC on your save?
11.
11. Are you sure about that?
It's doesn't actually say. It just says a Constitution save.
No, your
DC,
your saving throw DC is 8 plus your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh, 8 plus my charisma modifier is +3 is 11
Plus your
my
proficiency
bonus, which would be +2. So its difficulty is 13.
Yeah, I think that's
a
how
little
you work
bad.
it out. Yeah.
And that's not as bad.
Okay, roll d20 plus 1. Let me just copy that. Failed.
Mm-hmm.
Passed. These are the 2 archers, and now this is the dude. Constitution save, so it's +2. Oh, yeah.
Just
Okay.
bad.
So is it safe for half damage or
Half damage, yeah. They're not knocked back if they save, I think.
On a failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, they take half as much damage and aren't pushed. But unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you. And a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet.
I hope that doesn't attract more hobgoblins.
Okay, so you.
So that's 13 damage to fail guy, and then 6 damage to the other 2.
Yes. Okay. So your thunder wave tear his body into pieces, and his body like dismembers, and blood and guts and bones and bits spray out
behind him and
backwards 10 feet.
Splatter the tent behind him. But it's such a deep shade of red that you can't really tell. So that one's dead. Did you say 6?
6 points of damage to the other 2.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they are hurt, stagger, and take a step back.
And a flying table.
Flying table. Right. Let's. I'm going to make a dex save on the on your spell difficulty, just to pick a difficulty. And their dex bonus is +1 to see if he ducks. No. So he gets hit with the table. Roll 1d8 damage, please. Oh no, improvised weapon 1d4 damage.
Nice.
3 damage. Okay.
Hits him in the shins.
The table flips up, full in the face. The charts and maps and things that you now realise were kind of strung together and overlaying each other, kind of scatter across the floor. And the table hits the guy. He's going to miss his next round. I can't remember what condition that is called. Stunned, probably.
Stunned.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Serene's turn. There is a gut-curdling roar from the tent, and not through the flap, but through the tent itself, through the side. She emerges, bursting through, charging, roaring. Rah! Volker, you recognise this rage within her, this violence that seems to have suddenly vaulted up, but it seems to be incongruous with what people have told you about her. Maybe as if it's something that she doesn't really want to share with most people. So she is a bugbear, but she's also highly proficient. So she is going to strike the captain. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm having troubles typing.
Oh.
She failed. She missed. So she swings wildly.
You know, the red rage can be very distracting.
Indeed. And misses massively. Your turn. Your turn. Your turn. Your turn.
Your turn.
I found that too entertaining. Sorry, that's really bad.
Why?
It's just a crap dad joke. It was like,
oh yeah,
you're a dad. You're allowed to.
We're all
dads.
That's true. We are. Yeah, true.
Basically,
so I'm going to start with my
2 hours of us making dad jokes.
I'm going to start with my. It kind of is a little bit. I'm going to start with
That'd be a great show.
My usually failed attempt at an
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
You're a warlock. Eldritch Blast.
Yep. Yeah. Another failed attempt at that. I'm gonna and then.
You sure you're rolling a d20?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just never more than a 10. I literally haven't rolled more than 10. I don't think so.
Okay,
that's when you crit now.
Yeah, come on. So what are you using your bonus action for?
Bonus action. I'm going to grab a hold of Olfay and fling him at the guy and be like, distract him!
This is your flying squirrel familiar.
Yeah, because they act independently, not like ranger pets.
So we've got some viewers
always obey orders.
on now that weren't on earlier. So
I have a sugar glider, so a small squirrel-sized kind of glidey guy.
Glidey guy.
Who lives in my beard, who's my familiar. Called Olfay.
Do be careful with him though, because they don't have very many hit points. As
no, he's got like 1 or 2 hit points.
Yesterday,
and
when their owl familiar flew into a swinging blade.
If they get killed though, they just go back to the pocket dimension, and it costs you money to resummon them and like a lot of time, like an hour. But like, whatever. I basically need him to like try and flap around in front of this guy's face, or like try and grab onto this guy's face and distract him. The captain. The captain. Ideally.
So you're going to go,
There's nothing else useful I can do with a bonus action that I have spell slots for, because I've used all my spell slots. I only have 2. So if I'd saved invisibility, I would have been.
You're going to throw a squirrel at his face.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sugar glider.
It's not a common attack.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Make a ranged attack.
So, just a plain d20 roll?
With your dex modifier.
I mean, I'm not proficient with squirrels.
I've got actually to represent the squirrel's own inherent dexterity. I'd say that counts as you being proficient.
All right. So is that just a proficiency and no dex, or
are you saying that because your dex modifier is bad?
My dex or his dex? My dex, terrible. My dex or his dex?
Your dex, because you're throwing it.
All right. So I get proficiency and -1 for dex.
Yeah.
So that's a +1.
Okay.
And it's a 7.
You are shit at rolling, aren't you? I think
I'm not shit at rolling.
I think you need to enable 3D dice as well on your little wheel.
I don't know where that is. Is that in the
little cog?
If it was real dice, I'd be doing quite well.
You go into the cog, and then there's like roll 3D dice, and always roll,
3D
and then
dice and
automatically roll 3D dice.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think they come out different colours, so we can. I don't know. Yeah, because if you see our little windows, we've got different colours. There you go.
That's a 3.
Yay! So you missed. Oh, someone's rolled a D12.
I just wanted to see what it looked like, so I
And
picked a D12.
12.
You're on a 12.
Attract anybody.
Cool.
You rolled higher on a D12 than I've rolled on a D20.
I love D12s.
The worst part is I've got Hex on him, so he would be taking an extra D6 damage every time I hit him, only I've yet to hit him.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Right.
I could have saved that stuff.
And you throw your squirrel at the captain, but it lands.
No. I have attempted to throw the squirrel at the captain, and actually flung him like a frisbee, possibly off the side.
You go to throw it at the captain, but it lands on Serene, on her shoulder, and she looks at it, and it looks at her, and then they both go to battle. Okay, so the hobgoblin, the archer hobgoblin that's still alive, has lost his turn. The hobgoblin captain is going to attack the bugbear, who's not wearing any armor and is heavily injured.
But also stood next to him, so, probably a clear and present danger.
Yes, yeah. Well, more I meant that she's your source of information that you haven't got the information from yet, and she might be about to die.
Oh, that's true. I don't have
I could have talked to her for a while before we started this whole shit.
You could have done.
Pretty sure I don't have any more level 1 spells.
16. That's a hit.
Pete, conversely, is rolling well. Anyway.
I am. I don't know if you've watched the last episode of Flint and Steel, but I rolled really bad the whole episode. I rolled 95 4 times. And
Which would be great if you were generating a character.
It would. And Lawrence rolled 1 3 times in a row, and I saw it, and it was like.
Wasn't it all right
bizarre.
Legs?
Right, so that's
right leg.
It was,
right leg.
yeah. He's keeping a track of the hits, and I think we're going to get a summary at the end of the season.
I expect graphs.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh lordy. Right. Oh, good job you did some healing earlier on. So
Good job you bought those potions earlier on.
So he.
Oh, that was the question I had that I forgot about. Does it take an action or a bonus action to drink a potion?
Bonus action.
Yeah, should have done that then.
I'm not a stingy bastard. So he hits her, and she's like, ah. They are having a greatsword battle in front of you as the two of you stand there going. Right. So
I love the idea of you try to throw the squirrel in like a gentle, like upwards manner, but actually throw it like a frisbee, so it's spinning end on end.
The tail like getting out of control. Okay, Volker.
I realised I haven't done the traditional javelin yet, so it's javelin o'clock. I'm going to throw a javelin at the captain.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. I'm going to throw a javelin at the not captain.
Okay, because he's getting up.
Because he's going to shoot us otherwise.
He will.
So, oh crikey, what's my attack bonus then?
Proficiency bonus and strength modifier.
And strength modifier. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, so it takes a look. You know what's happened before I see it finish rolling.
Oh,
so you're
good.
like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, what is it? Okay, so you got 21. That's definitely a hit. His armor class is 17.
Javelin does a
Oh no,
D6.
sorry. No, the
I
other one,
believe.
18. Yeah, they're slightly better armored because they've got shields. Oh no, 16 because they've got chainmail and they're using bows.
So it's D6 for javelin, isn't it?
Plus your strength.
Plus your strength. I dedicate this battle to Odin. Badly.
Okay, it's enough though. He kind of pushes the table off him, stands up, and he's like, right, gets an arrow, and the javelin goes through his neck, and he hits the floor. And Odin is appeased. You started a battle without dedicating it to Odin. He wasn't very happy until...
Well, I haven't started fighting yet.
Yeah, that's true. You hadn't, because you kept missing. Right, Serene then is going to attack... roll d20 plus 7. Oh, she is injured. She is hurt. She is not having fun. Hang on. Let me check. Let me just check. She's got a bit of barbarian in her. She's what's called a branger.
Rangebarian.
I like that. Or Rangerian. Here we go. She's going to attack recklessly, so she gets advantage. So, here we go. That's terrible. That is terrible. She misses.
Before you crit.
She misses. Okay.
For the return attack.
Nah. Well,
you do
see,
get advantage.
the thing is, there's no. Yes, yes, he does. There's no. Okay, right, Jotun. It is your turn.
Okay. So it does say that my familiar gets its own initiative and acts on its own turn.
Okay.
However,
roll initiative.
it can't attack, so it's not going to be able to do anything useful anyway. So
why can't it attack?
It just says it can't attack. Yeah. Hang on, where was that? It's up further. Somewhere where it says about initiative, it says that, so. Okay, find it now. It rolls on initiative, acts on its own turn. A familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. I don't know why, but it can't.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just like a...
I wasn't really trying to get it to attack, and I was trying to get it to be all like in its face. I'm just going to try for my Eldritch Blast.
Okay. No. Has he inspired you?
God.
No,
he only has one inspiration. He used it earlier. And then I'm going to drink my
one. Surely.
Potion. Yeah, I thought we should have more than one.
Okay. You're going to drink the potion.
Yeah.
Hello, Ben.
Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, Kevin missed again.
Who knew?
By 2.
By like 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's been.
I rolled more than 10 though.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's my go?
Wait, no. You had yours.
I'm drinking my potion.
Drinking your potion. Yeah, it's like 4d4 or something like that, isn't it? A minor healing potion.
I don't know.
DMG.
Decent amount.
Ben, what's your charisma modifier?
+3.
You know, you have 3 bardic inspirations then.
Sweet.
So I was thinking you didn't.
I keep thinking it was level linked.
No.
No, it's you can use it a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, a minimum of once. So you know, if you wanted to inspire, you could.
Yeah.
Just say.
But it's an
That might be a
action.
plan, then.
It's an action to inspire.
So, oh yeah, no, it's a bonus action.
Is it a bonus action?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know, given that I've already
Well,
done
I-
2/3
So-
of the damage.
I am happy. Look, I'm happy to say that because Ben wasn't aware that he had more
No,
inspiration.
no. We'll do it for later. We'll do
Okay.
it for later.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it going forwards.
How much did you say, Pete?
I think it's 4d4, isn't it? A minor healing potion. It's like basically they dropped the die type down and made lots of them, so you average higher rather than going, you know, a d8 and rolling a 1.
I'll just do that.
That'll do.
That'll
You're gonna
do.
roll all 1s. That would be hilarious.
No, it was all right. Yeah. 3 3s in the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And healthier. A lot healthier. Glad I spent that 50 gold now.
Potion of healing, common, 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2.
Greater healing,
Okay.
4d4 plus 4.
Ah, okay. Right. 2d4
So-
plus 2.
Well, I'll just do it again.
Or you can just take the first 2 numbers.
No, I'll stick.
Oh, I'll take that. 9. So 2 less.
I'm just going up and down by 9s.
Yeah. Yeah,
Up
whatever.
and 9s.
Cool. Okay. All good? Right, so that's your turn's go. It's now the captain's go. Because the other one's
I
dead.
think I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. It sounds like Tom's kicking off.
Okay. Shall I just make this quick roll and see if...
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. I was going to round it up soon anyway because I got work in the morning. Let's have a look. 1d20 plus 4. Oh, he's hit her. Yeah, he's hit her. Roll 2d6 plus 2.
So anyone have a speak with dead spell?
Okay. No, she gets to make death saving throws.
And I've still got that potion you gave me.
Okay, so she has to make a death saving throw, which is basically roll 10 or more. Passed. Okay, so she's passed one. Right, it's now Volker's go.
I'm going to javelin the captain now, especially since she's just gone down.
Okay,
Should make javelining him a little bit easier.
go for it. Hey, excellent. Good hit. It is a fine hit. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He's looking injured, and his 2 soldiers have been severely hurt. It would be Serene's turn. She now needs to make another death saving throw. Oh, she failed one. Okay, so it is now Jotun's turn.
And do my thing.
Do
Go
your
on.
thing. Come on.
Arcane Blast.
Is the other archer guy up?
They're both dead.
No, I killed them.
Yeah.
Killed them. Oh yes!
Yes!
Hey! Finally. Right, how much damage do you do?
That's a good question.
12d8 plus 14.
Not very much, but I do get a bonus for having hex on him at least.
yeah, so you get extra
1d10 force damage, which is not bad for a cantrip.
Aren't you doing it like at a higher level? Oh no, that's
it's
fifth.
cantrip.
Yeah, sorry.
Not for cantrips. So
Plus your modifier?
No, just 1d10 force damage. It's still only a cantrip.
Oh,
I
okay.
I get another.
Still 1d10 though. It's like
yeah, for a cantrip it's good, and I also get the.
A lot of
hex
cantrips are suddenly a
on these
lot
things.
more damaging than they used to be.
it's because they figured out, you know, everyone's got like swords and arrows, and wizards kind of stand there and go, "I'm done for the day."
Didn't do slash roll.
22. What?
7
Oh. Okay.
5 of which are necrotic.
Ooh, fancy.
Can feel that.
Yeah. So you did more on a d6 than a d10.
Yeah, well,
I love just things. Yeah, it's Kev. Hey, cool.
That's just the higher
Okay.
the higher the dice, the less.
So your Eldritch Blast flies across. Are you doing anything with your bonus action?
No.
Okay. So your Eldritch Blast flies across the gap, and he's readying himself to turn and attack you guys. And as it hits him, you see blood just coming out the sides of his plate mail, and his arm dips to the side, and he just runs in his turn, runs towards the portal. And as he runs past, he gathers up what he doesn't seem to look, but he picks up one of the miniatures off the table, and
Javelin of opportunity?
in his turn he won't get all the way there, but yes, you can make a javelin of opportunity. He did dash, however, so it will be at your disadvantage range increment. So it's because it's
What's going to be more effective? Me trying to engage him before he goes and like tackle him, or javelin?
He gets to act before you, so he runs.
Yeah.
And then basically you're like, he's now 60 feet away, nearly at the doorway.
I'll never make it to 60 feet, but I can javelin him.
Yeah. You can move a bit closer and throw the javelin, so you're not in disadvantage range.
I'll do that.
Okay.
It's not D20 plus 2, it's D20 plus 4.
Nice roll.
Is that enough?
Yes, that is enough. That is enough. Well, it depends on what you roll for damage, Ben, because you're good at rolling to hit.
It's true.
And what are you rolling? How much are you rolling for damage?
D6 plus 2.
Okay.
Oh, come on!
Okay.
Every roll of the
Still hurt.
D6.
Yeah. So, he's running away, and as I said, he's scooped up this miniature figurine off the table, and as he runs towards this doorway, as he gets close to it, you can see that it's sort of brightens slightly, as if what's through the doorway comes into stark relief slightly, and you can see a solid iron battlefield heading away from this kind of arch doorway. And your javelin shoots through the space between and hits him full in the back. He comes out the front of his chest. He screams in pain, and the figurine falls out of his hand, at which point the doorway goes empty and he falls through and down off the platform into the great nothingness of the infinite staircase, and the figurine kind of rattles on the floor by the portal. And I think
that means I got all the XP, right?
I think we're going to have to leave the session there. You've killed all the bad guys, diffused this small outpost on this platform, and you have. I assume you're going to go and help.
I'm going to dash
Serene.
to her and give her give her what's left of the healing potion. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you recover her and help her, and we will see what happens next time on the awesome adventures of Bardbarian and Dwarlock. You, Ben, you made that up. You said that jokingly. I've embraced it, and that's now the name of the show. We'll see what happens next time when you guys figure out what Serene knows and where you might need to go to find the Horn of Calling. Cool. Ooh. Excellent. Anyway, Kev, if you need to get off, feel free to go. I'll do the shutdown, and that's all cool.
I think he's been stopped, but I'm aware of the fact that I'm going to have to take over.
I'm going to, yeah. Okay, cool. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching, those of you who watched. If you're watching on YouTube later, hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Please don't forget to go and check out our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We've got loads of stuff going on there, all the maps and all the adventures we're doing, we talk about there. We're doing polls on what we play next. We're talking about Star Wars game we're going to run. I've been thinking about doing 2 Star Wars games, a Rebel and Imperial game, both coming together. But anyway, craziness. Go and check out our Discord. Yeah, I know. Everything is content. Go and check out our Discord. Please go and check out our Patreon. Everyone who helps us makes it a bit better for everyone else. All the kit and tools and gear and game aids that we have. These cards, which have come in so handy already. I've literally got them today. And we had an impromptu session and the cards have come in handy. That's brilliant. Please check out the podcast, YouTube, all those things. We've even got a MeWe page. If you